Yo, what's up? Oh shit, my bad, my bad. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? This be your boy DJ Show from Planet A Radio. I just want to welcome everybody to the show. And yo, what's up? How everybody week? But this be your host, you know, your DJ Show. You know, we up here with, you know, we gonna introduce you, bro, cause dude he flew like millions of miles away from all across like the other side of the country.
From Uganda and shit.
You said Wakanda?
Wakanda, yeah. Wakanda forever.
Yeah. Hey, but right now we're about to introduce our host from the right, and then go back to
Y'all know who it is. You know who it is. It's your boy DBG. Dro Boy Go Vine is in the back in the building. Sorry I missed last week. You know, I had some technical difficulties to deal with, but you know, it's all great. But yeah, we back in effect. So what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Chilling. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Easy Finally live in full effect. You know what it is, straight out of Philly. You heard? We out this joint. Shout out to DJ Show for allowing to be out here.
Word. You know what time it is, man. Royalty in the flesh. Finesse at its best. I am King Cole, repping from the East Coast to the West Coast. This is Planet A Radio. Let's go.
The fuck is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, they're cutting the lawn outside.
Are they fucking serious right now?
Excuse the technical difficulty, y'all. They cutting the lawn as soon as we started.
All right, there we go.
That's the devil.
I'm sorry about that.
Nah, that's the devil, man, trying to block blessings.
Oh, you already know, man.
We close him out though, just like we close the window.
Yo, what's up, man? I'd like to introduce, one of the artists, man. Definitely dope, man. Heard some of his music, man. Man, hey, but I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, man. Go ahead, introduce yourself and tell them where you from, man.
Hey, man, it's your boy Skatey, man. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval, you know what I'm saying? Hey. I'm local artist, I'm signed artist, independent, upcoming artist, you know? So I'm way out here in California and Los Angeles from Jacksonville, man. It's a long way, but we here, baby, we here.
We gotta give my boy a round of applause for that. Yeah. That way. Yeah, man, I appreciate you for coming out, man. Hey, first off, before we even get into your interview, bro, I always got a crazy-ass story on how I met the artist before we actually met. Tell the people how we met, man. Where did we meet? First, tell them where did we meet at first, and then tell them how did we meet, the story.
Man, we met on the internet, man. On the internet, man. Facebook, Instagram, all that. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I ain't trying to talk all that, but just know we cut the middleman short. You know? Cut the middleman short, you know what I'm saying? So,
that's...
You know what I'm saying? Me and him, we connected now, so everything official, you feel me?
Yeah, man. Hey, it's a blessing for you to even come out here, man. It was a long story. Like, this shit almost didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. From the devil trying to, separate shit, you know what I mean? And but through God's grace, you know what I'm saying? Everything always finds its way around, you know what I mean?
It happened for a reason.
Everything happens for a reson, man. So let them know a little bit about yourself. My bad, I got a little tongue twisted. Smoking with Dro Boys. Smoking with Dro Boys. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? What brings you out here? Like, what kind of artist are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I'm an upcoming artist, man. I've been doing music for like 9 years, you know. I've been I'm always in Jacksonville, Florida, so I've been like down southern. So I'm just really trying to make myself up here in West Coast, you know, trying to make new moves. I'm up here messing with this show right here, you know, messing with y'all boys out here. I appreciate the opportunity of having me on here too. And I'm just I'm trying to get in the studio and everything, trying to make moves out here, trying to show myself way more out here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to be everywhere, honestly, be everywhere.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's very respected, man. Hey, so so you just landed your first time in Cali, or you been out here before?
No, it's my first time. Just landed yesterday.
Man.
First time.
Hey,
can we get another round of applause?
Hey, you already know. Gotta get a round of applause for that, bro. Before we get the round of applause, man. I mean, you my second. You the second artist that's first time that came out here off of Planet A Radio.
Bro.
On my mama.
History making.
A round of applause for that.
We're making history around this motherfucker. We're making history around this motherfucker. I like that
shit. That's dope as hell, man, because it's like, damn, it's like the station is really helping people come out here, because everybody want to be in Cali, because they already know. Like, they probably already big in their city, but they like, damn, if I can make it to Cali and make plugs and connections out there, I can make it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. That's why you got so many people moving out here. And it's funny because a lot of out-of-towners, bro, are more hustlers than the niggas that's in Cali, man. You'll find a few Cali niggas that's gonna be on the same shit out of towners is on when they in Cali when we grew up. Because like when it's like this, the beach is down the street to us. But when the niggas ain't never seen the beach, it's like, yo, I gotta go to the beach every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the so just metaphorically speaking, that's how it is with, you know, people that's not in Cali. When they see Cali and see all the opportunities, they like, yo, why all these niggas ain't rich?
Nah, bro. And we was just talking about this the other day, though, bro. Like, I think that when you from out of town, like, we don't got no security, bro. Like, if something go wrong, I gotta fly all the way back home and be like, yeah, I ain't make it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Back here, like, you got the security. Your aunt probably live up the street. Your mom's, you can still go to your mom's home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Back here, like, when we out here, if I fuck up, I gotta go back home, bro. All the way back home. And on top of that, I gotta look at my mom's face and be like, yeah, like, I gave my all, but it just didn't come through. And then that's the question of, did you really give it your all? Now you're going to start questioning, like, damn, was I out there partying too much and not focused on the dream? Mm-hmm. So that's when you got to start thinking about, like, son came all the way from Florida because he's like, nah, I'm bigger than that. Exactly. I'm bigger than that. I'm trying to be worldwide. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no security. Ain't no blanket out here. So if he fuck up, he got to go back home and face that fact, like, damn, shit real again. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to be that wish I should have, could have. And this is the place where you gotta make it at. Because if once you get stamped out here, you stamp.
Everyone.
Right. Yeah, that's real shit.
That's real though.
That's some poetry you thought he shared with y'all motherfuckers. That's real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta call real is. You know what I mean? And that is funny because like us living in Cali, bro, we never realized that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all gotta go all the way back and explain that shit to everybody.
Everybody you talk
like, if you fell out here and you from Cali, you be like, well, shit, moms only live up the street, nigga. She'll understand. Like, I was living with her anyway, you know what I mean? We work this shit out. But no, that's real, though. But, you know, man, hey, I want to say kudos to you for actually making it, bro. Sure. Like, I'm real happy, bro. Like, so let me ask you, man, in Florida, like, what is your, like, typical week, like, out there? Like, as far as, like, you know, with the music, like, being a musician. Like, what is, like, do you hit the studio every day? Do you, like, how do you develop and work on your craft in Florida?
Well, I hit the studio. I try to hit the studio every day. Hit the studio, make videos. Like, I always try to show myself out there doing shows. I hit the local clubs that I know the DJs that I mess with out there, and trying to link up with artists and everything. So I'll be trying to link up with everybody while I'm out there and try to do everything I can. But it's like, you can do that at a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at a point, like, my bar is full, it's battery, 100% battery, like, what else, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to branch out more, trying to get out the city and do more. You know?
I got a question for you, brother. Do you got, like, anybody, especially, like, being from Florida, that helped, like, mentor you or even, like, kind of inspired you? Because, you know, you got to think about a lot of the Florida rappers that came up that's actually doing great right now. Like, is there anybody specifically, like, even Khaled from Florida, you know what I'm saying, specifically that, like, help motivate you and to help propel you to where you at right now?
Can you repeat that one time, bro? What you just said?
Nah, that's all good. I just want to know, like, who inspired you, especially, like, is there any Florida native that came out the game and is rapping now, or even, like I said, Khaled in Florida, like, help encourage or inspire you to be, you know, who you are today?
Yeah, man, a lot of artists that's blowing up. That's on the map right now. You know, like back in the OGs, Rick Ross, Cali, Kodak now. You know, like a lot of Florida artists blowing up right now. You know, a lot of Florida artists. So I support everybody in the whole Florida movement that's blowing up right now. So everybody in Florida that's blowing up, they inspire me. You know, because I'm from Florida. So if they can do it, I know I can do it. You know, so I'm just not hating on nobody. I just feel like everybody that blowing up in Florida is their time. You know, it's your time for everything.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah, man. That's hard as fuck.
Touching off of that, we have Florida artists. We have many different new artists coming into the game, which I think is a beautiful thing. We have our artists like Lil Uzi, who do a little bit of rock mixed with, you know, hip-hop things. You got Tory Lanez. You got Bryson Tiller, who does trap soul. You have so much. Hip-hop has expanded so much in the past few years, from the 1930s, 1950s to now. Where do you feel like Skady fits in?
Good question. I have more like I say like Atlanta sound. I have more like Atlanta sound, like, cause when I first started, my I grew up from Atlanta music. You know, when I first started, I grew up Atlanta music. My brother brought home a CD full of artists from the birthday bash in Atlanta, And like ever since then, like I just started listening to like Atlanta music, you know, like Florida music too, but Atlanta music really like inspired me. So I think, and now every time I rap, it just sound like I'm from Atlanta, but I'm not from Atlanta. So it's like that's how I just rap, you know. So Atlanta music inspired me too, also in a way. But Atlanta's like second home because my mom, my dad, everybody from Atlanta. My whole family from Atlanta. So like I got Atlanta and I got Florida. So it's like
Roots.
yeah. So I got both, you know. And my two brothers from Cali, from California. So it's like I'm all three, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But I never been out here, but just like my brother from California, my uncle used to stay here for like 30 years. And he do it. He used to like do movies and stuff. So he's still so it's like I'm everywhere also. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's
dope
up.
as fuck, bro.
So outside of hip hop, man, what do you like to dabble into? You really about the skate life, man? You really be out there skateboarding and
I used to
grinding on the road and shit?
do a little skating back in the day, you know.
Alright.
But I grind now. You know?
Okay, I feel
Oh,
it.
okay, double entendre.
Another
Hey,
grind.
look, double
I ain't grinding on
entendre.
rails, nigga. We grinding for this cash.
Yo,
You feel
somebody
me? I feel it.
hashtag that. Not hashtag. That's a caption. I used to skate, but I grind now. Like,
That shit hard.
Yeah, that's
Hey, that's a
tough.
chorus, bro. You better write that.
You better write that
describe
down,
it now.
boy.
I grind now.
That's heavy.
I better be on the track, nigga.
Me too. Facts.
Nah, that's heavy though, for real.
Yeah.
Like that.
Hell
Yeah, that
yeah.
shit dope as fuck,
Hey.
man.
Right.
So let me ask you, what do you like most and what do you like least about the rap game?
Okay, whatever. Like most. That's a good question, though. That's a good question. Well, no. What I like least is all the rappers that coming on now. It's like how the rap game used to be. It was like I used to like the old rap game too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the old rap game. You feel me? So now it's like it seems like everybody getting on quick, like real quick out of hits. Just one single, but it's like these rappers just I don't know. Just I like everybody to do their thing. No haters. Just where my time at. I'm not worried about nobody else. I'm trying to see what my time at. You feel me?
Nah, I hear that.
So honestly, I really got nothing to say about people. Just I'm looking for my time. You know.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, you being a Florida rapper, right? With all the different things that happen in Florida, the shootings and stuff like that, whether it be Orlando, or, how do you incorporate that into your music, or do you even feel obligated to incorporate that type of situation into your music? Because in my mind, I feel like artists have a responsibility because they have that platform to speak on them type of things, even if it's not in their music. Maybe when they get interviewed, they can, make a reach out to that type of thing. But do you feel like you're obligated to put it into your music, or do you just feel like you want to speak on it when you're getting interviewed, or do you feel like you even need to address it at all?
Everything. I feel I'm obligated to because it's still happening around me. You know, everything in my music, everything happen around me, and everything I see happen around me. I can't rap about anything that not happening or anything fake. So I feel like rappers should talk about that because it helps the situation better. If they don't talk about it, it's gonna keep on happening. But who say it might be music? But music these days, young kids influenced by music. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we really talk about it, really put the focus on it, I think some of the killing will stop. You know, but it don't stop with us though. It stop with everybody. You know, so that's how I feel about that situation. But I am obligated though. Everybody obligated.
I respect that because I feel like a lot of times, a lot of artists feel like they don't have to talk on a topic. I feel like they just feel like they're not responsible. Like,
especially if this is a situation where they come from. You feel me? Like a lot of, it's a lot of rappers that just kind of
brush it off.
put that front up and put that shit up. Like, yo, I'm just trying to get this cash. Like, don't ever type
And
of
Speak on that. It was one killer, Jordan Davis in Jacksonville. He died because of music. Somebody want to turn the music down.
Oh yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, that's
About
that was in a gas station, right?
Yeah, gas station.
Yeah.
By that topic, I made a song about it, and I talked about the whole situation. And I got the chance to perform in front of Jordan Davis' mom and dad.
Wow.
That song, And I took pictures with him, hugged him, talked to him. But like stuff like that, I like to talk about that, so it might help the situation better.
So around that time, like, what were you doing? What did that mean to you around that time? I mean, obviously it meant a lot because you made a song about it. But like, what was you going through? Like, I know, damn, like Trayvon Martin, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in Florida, y'all got like a lot of shit, like, touch on that a little bit, because everybody hear your music, not a lot of people hear your story, you know what I'm saying? So
it's just like I like touch subjects like that, like Trayvon Martin, Jordan Davis, and like anything else going on. If I feel like I need to talk about it, I talk about it, But it's just how I feel at the moment, Everything I rap about is how I feel. And if I feel like I need to talk about it, I need to talk about it. I feel like it's something I need to touch on, I rap about it, I make music about it.
So what do you say to the artists that don't talk about it? The artists that like, even like the Drakes or like, you know, that I mean, not saying that they necessarily don't talk about the topics, but I mean, even with all the cop shootings now, I feel like we're so desensitized from it that people see it on Instagram and kind of like, damn, another one, and keep swiping. You feel me?
Right.
Like, what do you think about the artists that don't really feel like they obligated and don't feel like they should speak out about these type of topics, and they still gonna get this cash from the consumer, and it's happening? These issues are actually happening to the people that they call fans.
Well, some people don't really talk about it. I mean, it's some artists that don't really talk about it, you know, because they just do music for money situations, you know what I'm saying? Just for the money situation. And just some artists that don't think they need to talk about it because they don't want to be affected by it. You know what I'm saying? So something might affect them with their pay radar or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's about who you are, what artist you are, you know?
Yeah, and that's the same thing that goes in sports in general too. Like sports and hip hop, you don't want anything to almost affect your career in a certain path.
Exactly.
That's why I respect people like Colin Kaepernick. You know, he actually was the only person that actually took that stand, was able to be like, yo, you know, this is fucked up out here. Y'all tripping, nigga. I'm taking this knee. Everybody, it's like, you know,
Exactly.
fuck Colin Kaepernick. Now he's like bought out of the NFL down there. So
Honestly.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, man. A lot of people don't address certain issues. But that's good that you do, man.
Right.
Keep this shit up, bro.
It's definitely a respect thing for sure, bro.
Definitely salute that you do. I feel like, you know, to touch on that, you know, you have your Muhammad Ali's, you have your, you know, Colin Kaepernick's, and many people who were ridiculed for, you know, standing by their beliefs because they were signed and they had endorsements. People ridicule LeBron James actually because he didn't take a knee or he didn't feel like he had to.
Yeah.
But on to call a spade and to play devil's advocate, he's signed. He's signed by the Cavs. He has endorsements here, 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 and here. Are you gonna feed his family? Because as soon as he takes the knee, or as soon as he goes against the grain, the powers that be are gonna take away his endorsements. This is why I feel like as artists, you know, we have artists like Chance the Rapper, Young M.A., and you know, countless artists that are now going independent and just getting distribution deals. So my question to you is, say you had, I don't know who's the best, right? Let's just say Def Jam approach you. Def Jam approach you. They giving you a nice deal, not a 360. We don't do 360s out here, but they had a nice deal for you. And then next thing you know, you have a hit, because all right, you have a hit record.
Yeah, okay.
You have a hit record. That's a scenario. Def Jam is approaching you, but then you got potential to make money,
Independent
and
artists.
as an independent artist, and then you have money sitting right here with Def Jam.
With Def Jam.
Which one you gonna take?
Good question. It depends on what Def Jam talking. If Def Jam talking, what? Like, I'm not saying it's a number, but if Def Jam talking, what, 20 mil? I'm not saying it's the accurate number. I might go with Def Jam talking about 20 mil. But then again, you're right. I can have opportunity to make more money. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. So speaking about
that's a
going,
tough question.
just hypothetically speaking, okay. So say if you were to sign just a random deal with anybody, you don't have to be Def Jam, Rockefeller, you feel me, Rock Nation. But I'm saying, and they offered you, yo, $20 million contract, but it's gonna be 360. So you're really getting 10 million.
Okay, yeah.
How would you feel about doing that?
I'll probably wait till I see other deals on the table.
Okay.
I'll probably shop around, and then if that's the best one I can get, and then if a label tells me this, and then I'm still doing my independent thing, boom boom, and I'm still shopping around. So I'm doing independent, and I'm still shopping around. And if I see which one the best one, and then I find the best one, and then I'm still independent, and to see where I'm at. And if this better, then I go to this.
Okay.
But if
Yeah,
I'm doing better, then
yeah,
I go that
definitely.
route, you know?
Gotcha.
Right.
Oh, well, you got one more because we were about to get in this video.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I was gonna say something, but it's cool. You go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to get into it.
We can get into the video. But
All right. Hey, hold that thought,
like
though.
shotgun
Hold that
question.
thought.
nah, for sure. Cause I'm ready to go in.
Hey, this is a dope-ass interview.
already.
I love y'all niggas.
All right.
Like, real shit, this is how we vibe, man. We smoke a blunt chill or something like that, like, before we get in here at 10 o'clock.
And we
You
just,
know what I'm
get
saying?
in.
You know, get all that morning, I'm
Knock
tired shit out, and then we get in here and have fucking fun. That's how we like to do it.
For real.
Man, all my artists, man, I wish they lived out here, my nigga. That's real shit. But look, man, hey, so you sent the Sacrifice, right? We ain't even gonna listen to the song. We're gonna look at the video as a group, you know what I'm saying? So we all could, have an idea of what, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is Sacrifice, man, by Skady, man. And hey man, one more thing before. No, you know we're gonna ask you that shit after. We should have asked you that first. But all right, but look, man, we're about to get into this. You want to talk anything about this? Like, you know, why did you? We're gonna ask that after. But look, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. I'm sorry, man. I'm just excited.
Your ass always ahead of yourself. A dome of yourself.
You're a grown ass man. All right, we're about to get into it.
Planet A Radio, y'all hot. I'm loving it.
Radio.
Let's go. It's about to come right now.
Yeah, we're about to.
Dedication. Well, let me talk about success. To be successful, you gotta sacrifice something in life. Hey, Skinny, let me push you real quick. Hard work, long nights, 6 ounces of sleep. And I ask Father God, it's all I got. Let us make it out.
Should've sound husky, feeling like Till. Everything come dessert and shit. Don't listen to broke ones, they just talk. Don't listen to broke ones, they just talk. I was on the block trying to get it. I was on the block trying to get it. Thirst for attention, twerking these bitches. Base for church, no love for the bitches. Shit, name on look like a zoo. I ain't got nothing to prove. Nigga got something to prove. We stay shine like a diamond do. I ain't having no fuck up. Ain't nothing for that check up. Say that to come up. You ain't you never. People ain't getting no love. Ain't got no.
Hey, when I come to Florida, you better show me love, nigga.
I'm so goddamn broke. I ain't got no more. Sleeping all on that floor. Knocking door to door. Never give a shit, little nigga. Better myself, little nigga. Nigga, I'm waiting, little nigga. Get your weight up, little nigga.
What's your IG up?
I'm so broke, I'm trying to get rich. You scared for now, I don't give a shit. Pass that face, better roll my wrist.
That's a boomerang.
Pass that face, better roll my wrist. I'm so broke, I'm trying to get rich. You scared for now, I don't give a shit. Pass that face, better roll my wrist.
Hey,
Pass that face, better roll
man,
my
I got
wrist.
everybody got the whole hood in there fucking with you.
I go get it on my own. Need to ask for a
Got the
loan.
kids in there. I see you, nigga. That's how you gotta go.
When I see the sunlight, got get through the storm. When you down so bad, they won't call your phone. Man, you got no way to raise that big money in front of me. Got me at a love plane. Time to God, I just gotta change. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it. I'm so alone, making choices on my own. This shit right here in this stone. Turn a few words to a song. Turn your spotlight till it gone. They gon' tell you when you're wrong. No light switch, I know I'm on. Won't remember when I'm gone.
I don't know why I don't pop up, but that's it though.
Yeah, it's alright.
Side by side, you got me wanna live that life. Don't care about price. If you see me, I'ma smash on sight. Think out my way up. I pay this tight. I'm so broke, I'm trying to get rich. You scared for now, I don't give a shit. Pass that face, better roll my wrist. Pass that face, better roll my wrist. I'm so broke, I'm trying to get rich. You scared for now, I don't give a shit. Pass that face, better roll my wrist. Pass that face, better roll my wrist.
Hey, you remind me of them niggas that we never see, but like that's in Florida. Like, hey, is that shit really like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? You be like, that shit live though, bro. I be like, yo, like you remind me of the nigga. Oh yeah, we about to get into this shit, man. I like that. Nah, yeah, like, you be like, yo, is that shit really like that? Like, cause you know we ain't got all that land and shit out here,
Right.
like that. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like, you know, hold on, we about to get into. I don't even want to speak to you until we on the mic. That's it, yeah. 'Cause I want to waste all my ammunition.
You just popped up my mind. Yeah.
Mine's working.
Yours working?
Right.
I sent you a video.
Hey, is it on here, bro?
I ain't got it.
Make sure you on there.
Got a lobby.
All right, we about to get back live.
Send me a video.
I sent you.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? This be your boy DJ Show. Planet Radio. We back. We back. We back. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
Hold on. Hello?
Hell no.
Y'all can't hear me? Yeah, y'all
I
can
hear
hear
you
me?
now.
Go, speak.
Yo.
We can hear you perfect. You hear yourself?
I can't hear nothing.
All right, we can hear you though. All right, good. As long as you can be, as long as we hear you, we got everything in the mic. As long as you can hear us, like, oh yeah, all right, yeah, that's the main thing. But hell yeah, bro, I like that shit, man. Sacrifice, bro.
Appreciate it.
Man, the video was lit in the motherfucker too, man.
Appreciate it.
That joint was raw.
Appreciate
Yeah.
y'all, man. 100.
Like, what was the meaning behind that video? Like, you know what I'm saying, the song and everything, because obviously you did something for having all of those people fuck with you. Some niggas can get two niggas at their video shit, and they gotta improvise. I remember those days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That looked like it was already signed.
Yeah, real shit. That's
was
how
in there. You had
got-
the old head in there. I'm like,
You-
all right.
Nigga, you got kids eating icicles on a hot
Right.
day, nigga.
That's an old school. That's a back in the day juvenile video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about
That's
it.
you in that badass Benz, huh?
Hey, that's what's up, man. Y'all like that shit, bro. It was the whole feel gave it like,
Yeah.
you know,
That shit was tight.
like, you know, man, that shit was dope. You had like 3 different performance scenes in that motherfucker. And it looked like fun to be a part of, like, but like, nigga, when is the next one? Nigga, you better throw one in Cali type shit. But yeah, man, that's dope. Is that like the kind of music you like to make? Like, it's fun. It's fun. Like,
Music, yeah, but yeah, that's the type of music I like to make, and I like to make any. I'm versatile, though, you know.
Yeah, gotta
but,
be.
Yeah, I made that song just because that was the situation I was going through, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to sacrifice a lot of stuff, you know, and then made it just everything that's going through that situation, man. And like all them people you see in the video, like them people like support me and everything, like. My city, like city support me, you know, and people that support me, you know. So it wasn't like I'm telling them to be in the video. They wanted to be in the video.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all. It was all love. You know?
yeah.
People behind me though. Yeah, people behind me. A lot of people behind me.
That's good. Have a great support system, man.
Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, keep them close, man, because they're gonna want to see you make it to the top, my nigga. You doing that, man, could probably change a lot of them little people's lives too. You know what I mean? You probably take them to the next level, man. You probably the person they need right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna like keep going, bro. You gonna change a lot of lives, bro. Like real talk.
Appreciate that, man.
Like I like that shit, like the whole feel. And oh yeah, best believe that is going on Planet Radio. I didn't even put it on there. I wanted him to break it. You feel me? I wanted y'all to hear it exclusive in the interview. And I told him that too. I was like, I'm not gonna play your music till you come to my station. I told him that.
No lie, you didn't say
Yeah, I
that.
did say that. I was like, it don't make no sense for me to play that shit 2 weeks and then you come to my station.
Yep.
I'm like, nah, I'd rather them break it. You know what I'm saying? Me talk to them.
Anytime.
Ain't nobody ever heard it yet.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather break it out on the station so y'all could be first to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Him talking about it live and his meaning behind his music. That's why I did that, man. And I definitely appreciate you for coming out, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah. So let me ask you, bro. So skating, huh?
Yeah.
So like that's like a unique name, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know at first. I was like, is it Scotty Skatey? Like, you know, because like just reading it, because you always used to, you know, skate.
Yeah, people be like Scotty.
Yeah,
you know,
like
I put an 8 for a reason. I put an 8
Yeah.
because it's Skade, and then I put an 8 because 8 mean new beginnings. You know what I'm saying? 8 mean the new beginnings.
I like that.
I like that, bro.
That's how I got my name from.
Man, it seems like you got a meaning behind every way you move. You walk left, you know why you walking left, and that's respect. Real shit.
That's real.
You know,
That's-
if you know why
yeah.
how you moving and why you moving, you gonna make it real far.
Real shit.
Real far, dude.
Hey, the way you bring, I'm sorry, Cole. Go ahead.
Oh no, something we should have asked like in the beginning, like you know, you seem to know how all your steps and like how you moving. What inspired you to step into this industry?
Just the love of music, man. Like when I first, like I said, back in the day, when I first heard my brother brought a home CD full of music, and I just listened to it, and the way I felt about it, and just the way I feel about it, and the way it touched me when I make a song. When you go to the studio, like when you get done with that first song you make, you have a certain feeling. When you even in there just making a song, you have a certain feeling you have, and I know if somebody else make it, they might not have that same feelings. If I have that feeling, it's something that is in me that I like, you know, something that I love to do. It's like a drug to me, you know. So that's why I just love music. So I'm not doing it for no money at all, but money comes. But I just doing it because I love music. So I know the money gonna come. Just when you love something, then money gonna come. When you doing it for money, then it's not real, not genuine.
Right.
People that you got on your team that got the same ambition that you have, that you can bring
on my team.
Like
I
re-ask
ain't
that
gonna
question.
lie to
Re-ask
you.
that question,
Re-ask
Cole.
the question.
Yeah,
All right,
because he
so-
probably didn't hear it in the mic.
You know, so like I said, we always have, you know, family in the audience just coming to the radio station, you know what I'm saying? And we just want everybody's, it's a community. So one of the good brothers in the audience, he just asked, how many people on your team have that same ambition? That's very, very, very important.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that same hustle and that same ambition on your team, you gotta like eliminate them from your team for real because they not your team. But how many people on your team you feel like that?
I mean, I have people on the team. They have ambition. They have like a drive, you know. But I have, like I'm real in it. Like just every day is like me. Like music. Like I have a strong drive, you know. But they have drive also. I'm not saying they don't. I just feel like I have more drive, but they still with me. So it's not like they by themselves. So like my drive is their drive, you know. So if I make it, they can make it. But they still on my team regardless, even if they don't or do have not have a drive, you know. So I'm not gonna leave them hanging at all.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times you think about team and stuff like that. Everybody got to play their part. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be LeBron. And everybody can't be. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you have intricate people that play a part on your team, that's when the growth comes. Because everybody know their role. You know what I'm saying? You know, so. But I wanted to ask you, brother, like, what is one of the things that you could explain to somebody that's coming up and want to be in the rap game that you struggle with that ended up being like, you know, now you got over the hump? That was like difficult, that almost stopped you. Like, did you have any moment that almost made you want to, like, you know what, I'm ready to just tie this thing up?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? What was one of the most difficult things that you had to go through in order to be where you at right now?
Telling people, telling people fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to mess with a person that's, for example, like a DJ or something like that, and you trying to talk to them and it's not going right because they looking at a whole different way, you know, because you're not at that spotlight, you know. So I'm telling you, like, so it's like you gotta build your own self up first and let them come to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not really about what you can talk. You can talk to them all day, but numbers talk, you know. So so you got big numbers, they're gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is like focus on yourself and build your own self up, and that they're gonna come, you know. So don't ever put your focus on someone else. Always put your focus on yourself. Put more focus on yourself.
Right. I think it gets difficult when what you're saying because there's so many people out there that want to be rappers. There's so many people that put half of the hustle in and not all the work in. So when there's somebody that is putting the full work in, and I am a DJ or I am a radio host, I'm like, I mean, it's a lot of y'all out there. Like, what makes you different? What makes you stand out? Why should I give you the shot that I didn't give Jaquil last week? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you better? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if you had to say, you know, this is why I stand out, and this is why you should play my radio on Plan A radio, or if you said this is why you, as a DJ, you should run my shit during the show, what makes you that special? What makes you different from everybody else?
My drive, my ambition, and my drive, my ambition, how basically my drive, my ambition, and the music that I make, the good music. Like I make good music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying because I make good music. I do make good music, but the people say I make good music. It's not about what I think; it's what they think. And they telling me I make good music, and they know I make good music, and people buying my music. So it's like what else you can do? You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm going far. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever I just need that one person to see me. You know, once I get that one person to see me, it's over with. You know, it's over with. So I just know it's my drive and my ambition. You know, my drive, and my ambition.
Right. Okay. That's what's up, man.
So I saw that you had started as a music group. What was the name of your music group?
It was Skate or Die. That was my music.
Skate or Die?
Yeah, Skate or Die.
Skate or Die. So how was it working in a group, and then after that, I know your group member moved away, then transitioning into being a solo artist.
Oh well, when it was me and him was a group, we're making music together, and we had like a team buzz in the city, man. Like a lot of teams, like girls and the guys, like we used to go to the mall. These used to know our name and everything. Have fan signs for us and everything. Like we had a team scene like popping in Jacksonville, and he just left and went. I guess he went to school. So then that's when we kind of like broke up. We still cool though. We just broke up, and I started doing my own thing. So I started doing my own lane. So I never stopped. I just kept going. I've been doing music. I was 14. I started when I was 14, and I just kept going. You know. And so now I'm just trying to start in a whole new era, trying to do the whole thing different, another life different.
Okay. If you could tell the 14-year-old version of yourself, cliche question coming soon. If you could tell the 14-year-old version of yourself some advice on the rap game, what would it be and why?
Hmm. Never give up. That's one. Never give up. Stay focused. Um, don't worry about nobody saying they tell you no you can't do it. Don't worry about nobody saying. Don't listen to nobody. Always keep a tunnel vision. You know, and just
Shout out to Kodak.
shout out to always keep focused, man. Like never give up. Don't listen to nobody say, man. If you be whoever you want to be, all you gotta do put the time and effort in, and put more time in. Always put more time in.
Respect,
That's
respect,
dope.
respect.
That's real shit. So let me ask you, what skills, personal attributes are you most important for being successful for? Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, what you think that, like, what you're doing, your strong points is going to take you to that next level that you're like, no, nigga, I got this. Like, what is you, like, what did you master as being an artist to make you be like, yo, if I keep doing this shit right here, I know I'm going to get to the next level, whether it's the flow, your grind, your hustle, like, what is it specifically?
Oh yeah, my grind also grind, my drive, my ambition, um, and always outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
Never shy. That's one thing. You
That's
can't be
dope.
shy. One can't be shy, and always up to do anything. Like most people, they like I came up here. Most people wouldn't come up here like that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like a long step for them to come up here, but I came up here quick.
Yeah.
Feel like it's nothing, like you know. So I'm always focused though, man. Like my ambition got fire on it, man. Like it been had fire on it. You can't never put it out. You know?
Right.
That's how I feel.
That's what's up, man.
Let me ask you a question. Cause like I know a lot of people from the South. I just don't know. I'm just ignorant to it. I know gold is a big thing in the South.
Yeah.
So like what? Because a nigga with a grill out here is like uncommon. It's probably not even because our fucking rent out here is so fucking high for one. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no extra grill money out here. You know what I mean? Like because man, I was watching even in ATL. I was up there watching a nigga in high school make grills. I'm like, how this nigga doing this shit like a barber shop? Like, nigga, like how is like what is the culture like as far as like gold and like what does that mean? Because like even like Trinidad James and everybody like. I'm like, yo, like it's a different world for me. Like, you know, not in a bad way though, not in a bad way. No disrespect.
Well, Trinidad James, he guess he do his own thing with the gold thing, but him. But how I rock gold, how Florida, it's like Florida wave. You know what I'm saying? Like golds, dreads, palm trees, short dreads, natty dreads. That's Florida wave. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Like Kodak used to have golds, and now he got money now, so he switched it to diamonds now. But, you know what I'm saying? Kodak had the golds, like it's a whole Florida way, like it's golds and dreads. You know what I'm saying? So like that's our way. That's how we come out. So when you see somebody with golds and dreads, you'll think of Florida. You know. So that's how we.
Yeah. That's how y'all stamp yourself wherever y'all at. Like nigga, like you know I'm from Florida if I got this uniform on my nigga.
You know what I'm saying? That's how.
Oh, I needed some goals then. I'm gonna go down there. Like, I just gotta change the accent up a little bit.
You gotta learn from him, man.
Florida way.
That's crazy. So where did that? Do you know where that stemmed from? Like as far as like, was that always a thing? Like
That's always the thing. Before.
Huh? Yeah.
That's always the thing. Like before music, like this is how we rock. You know what I'm saying? Miami too. Miami's like every Florida everywhere.
Hey, let me ask y'all. Like in a corporate, do they discriminate against the gold or? Like, cause I know out here they'll but I seen a nigga working at McDonald's with a whole mouthful of gold in Baltimore one time. So like, do they?
It's heavy in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Gold is heavy in Baltimore too.
Yeah.
Like jobs too. Like back in the day, well, I guess now, but like you have dreads and all that, man. Like they won't even hire you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You got goals, tattoos. They'll think tattoos new wave too. You know what I'm saying? But I've been having my tattoos. But I'm saying like it's like they're discriminate, trying to like see like you a thug. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
You like a thug, and like nah, we don't want to hire you for our business because you make our business look bad. You know, but now it's like whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it. I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta go for your dream, nigga. Yeah, fuck that. So one more question before I hand it off to him. I know I've been asking a lot, man. I just been letting them off.
Keep them going.
These questions still
So like I'm gonna ask you some politics, man, because every time we lose with y'all state, man.
Word.
To the badass, like how do like as like
talk about
black people, like how do y'all feel? Like man, how the fuck, like you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like man, Trump, Bush, because I know like it's a lot of cultural people out there. So as a person like living there and like yo, I know we didn't want this nigga in office.
Facts.
Like you know, like how does like y'all community, you know, how does the Florida community as minority, like how do y'all look at that? Like you know, like what is y'all be thinking? Like yo, I know because I know it ain't y'all, but you know,
It's not. But
As Floridians, it's not. We really don't win in Florida as black people.
yeah,
There's only white people there, and we kind of are afraid of them because we can end up in a ditch, and we know that they will hang us without hesitation.
Goddamn.
Get her a mic.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, goddamn.
It's decent in Florida. Like they're racist and they're openly
Super
racist.
racist.
They
Super
have
racist.
they have their flags on the back of their trucks.
Yep.
They
Not scared to show it.
they are not afraid to show racism
scared to show
because
it,
they
man.
feel as though we don't belong there and we are privileged to be in their presence.
you them bitch ass niggas brought us out here.
Eh.
Like bitch was not you, but I'm like bitch was on the Amistad boat. Like
Right.
how the fuck you gonna want us to come work for free, but since we got jobs, y'all don't want us here.
Right.
Like you know that's backwards ass. Oh, you didn't think we was gonna come up, nigga?
Well, and true, like, and a lot of it is our fault too because when we got free, we could have easily left.
Went
like
back,
a lot
yeah.
of us could have gotten back on
Yeah.
those same boats that we were free to get on at this point when the
Yeah.
slaves were set free and left. And when we would have went back to Africa or Haiti or wherever we were originally from and made these places the places where we made America, they want to come to us.
I want to touch on that though, because I think it was very difficult for an African and that was brought to America to go back to the continent of Africa because so many lineages have been stripped away, so they don't even know what part of Africa they were from. So a lot of us didn't feel comfortable to go back to the continent because they didn't know where they was calling home.
You moved from Philly. This wasn't your home originally, but you felt comfortable to move here. You were a pioneer to make the choice and because you felt like it was a better life elsewhere for you. And that's the same thing that was the option at that point too.
This is
We need to
very
get her a
this
check.
is very true, but I also
We need to get her a
understood
check.
that economically speaking, like the LA was a lot more adaptable than me going into an entire another continent, and on top of that, knowing that they're not as like their military is not as strong, everything is not as strong as what it is here. So this is just I almost feel like it's a sense of security. Because honestly, when people ask me what am I don't say I'm American, I say I'm African. But at the same time, I don't know if I got the wherewithal to just up and move to Africa because I just don't.
Yeah, it's a whole different
I know
world.
I'm
Like you gotta
African, you know
understand,
what I'm
Africa's a whole different world, and some.
What is the military doing to protect you?
Talking to Mike.
Yeah, come on.
That's
She
why I
was
told
saying,
you
hey,
because
we
you
on the
got
radio.
some good ass points.
Yeah,
and
you
this
got
is
good
great.
points. Yeah.
So I was
place to
like,
be.
talking to the mic, you know what I mean? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, introduce yourself, Queen, real quick.
You got it. Claire, the Queen Cleopatra.
I heard that.
Okay.
Facts.
Hey, she has some.
Ooh.
Hey, look, this DJ show, man, look, she just had
Big old
a gang of like bars from the sideline that would be interesting here on the show.
Right.
My
Right.
boy Skatey brought it through.
Facts. Big
You
old
know what I'm
facts.
saying? So I definitely want to hear their point of view because Egypt and her was going back and forth on, you know, a great discussion about Africa and what stemmed from Skatey. You know what I'm saying about racism in Florida. So you know, let's go ahead. Let's continue our
So
discussion,
I
man.
want to repose your question for me.
So
real quick.
just as easily as it was for us to migrate from wherever we were to move across the country, we could have left the country and went somewhere that was more open to us and supporting us and what our values are as people and not actually feeling as though we're blessed to be in their presence. Because we're not blessed to be in someone else's presence. We are all blessed to be able to work in collusion with each other. And we're not treated like that as African Americans. We're still treated as lesser than. We have African American doctors, we have African American lawyers. However, when you hear about African Americans in the news or you hear about African Americans or wherever, we're not getting that spotlight. We're getting the negative connotations that come with being African American.
Yep.
I think it was very another thing that we had to also put into play is how stripped Africans were of their identity and how stripped they were even being educated and being able to read. So trying to figure out how to get to somewhere, to get on that boat, to get back to the continent was going to be a lot more difficult than us just saying they should have just went back to Africa.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Well, go for it.
to touch on that, you know what I'm saying, being like directly connected to that, and having my grandparents who went through, my grandfather went through the apartheid, which was in South Africa. My grandparents on my father's side from Ghana, and just reading up on that stuff, it was a lot. Like, to touch on Aegis' point, there were some Africans, like you saw in Amistad when they were freed in the end of the movie.
Right.
A lot of those Africans went to the country that is now known as Liberia and created Liberia. However, that was an isolated situation when they were able to go back and create that country. I would be traumatized if I was an African to trust another white person who was probably the only person that could take you on that boat and go back to, if it was a different situation, go back on a boat and then trust you to take me back to Africa.
That's
And
deep.
also on top of that, Africans sold Africans into slavery. So the reason that slavery was even began was because these people in Ghana and Nigeria, which was the place that the triangular trade started, these people were, the kings had indentured servants because you weren't able to pay taxes, you committed a crime, and you did things of that sort. So if you couldn't work a regular job, in order to pay off your debt, you had to be an indentured servant, not a slave, an indentured servant. You still were able to go back to your family at the end of the day. You still were able to eat and be amongst the community at the end of the day. But you had to work as an indentured servant. So then the Europeans came over and said, hey, we're going to take your indentured servants, and everybody loves money. Money is the root of all evil. We're going to just pay you. We're going to pay you off their debt, and we're going to have them go to Europe or go to wherever and work for us. And then after they're done their bid, they can either assimilate into our society or they can go back. So they conned us, and by the time we found out that everything was a con, they were already killing us, and they were already on the boats. So there's many different factors that go into it, which is why I would be like, okay, if I go back to Ghana or Nigeria, the poor people that couldn't pay back their stuff, they don't know anything about those money transactions that happen for their lives. So they feel like, okay, if I go back to that country, then I'm going to go back and be an indentured servant.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Times had passed by then. This is after the slaves were freed. At this point, times had passed. So there definitely was communication. People had come from other, so you can definitely understand that things were not the same. Everyone knew that things were not identical as to what they were previously. Just like in the sense that as you being an artist, you have to take certain sacrifices. You know, you have to do certain things. You have to go through the motions. That's one of the things. We went through the motions and we were repressed as people.
Right.
So after we have overcome a stage of repression and we are better off and more able to do different things, why not leave? At this point, I'm not saying go back to Africa. It's a choice of where you go, and it's still a choice at the end of the day of where you go and the opportunities that would be presented to you in those regions that you would not be presented with at this point. Even though that did happen, you got to take into consideration what happened here to us as slaves. It still was not as worse as what happened to us in Africa.
Right.
So sometimes you have to say, all right, well, this is bad. This is bad too. It's just like how with Donald Trump and Hillary. No one wanted either one of those, but we would have took Hillary over Donald. So it's just like, this is bad, but it's not as worse as this.
Yep.
So I'm going with that.
It's like, what would you
That's a
rather?
fact. Respect,
It's
yeah.
like, what would you rather
Respect,
get bit by the snake or the alligator?
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, they both gonna hurt.
The snake isn't poisonous, so I think I'll take that snake.
right.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Not to give too far from the interview. I mean, solid points from everybody, but definitely, you know what I'm saying, we're going back to skating.
I like how you did it.
Back to,
I'm listening though.
I mean, we listen and we rapping, which is great, but I'm like, damn.
Dedication.
My bad, man. That was
Dedication.
dedication.
It wasn't by fault. Dedication, man.
God way. That was the God.
That was God.
God way.
We dedicated to you know,
Scared the shit out of everybody.
we dedicated to spreading the word. You know what I'm saying? Spreading the word of royalty, you feel me? We talking about our heritage. But
slavery is still real.
touch on it.
Still going on.
Very real.
Touch on it. Touch on, like, so how
Slavery don't have a blindfold.
the mask is off now.
The mask is off. Even though it's not going on, but it's going on.
So this is indie radio. So Skady, like you said, slavery is still real. Slavery basically has the mask off. How do you feel? What is today's face of
What's up,
slavery?
BB? It's Egypt. I leave.
Money. The money is the root of all evil. The money is, and the money control people.
Yep.
That was deep, right?
And the white people hold the majority.
And guess who control the money? Guess who make the paper? Guess who make the paper? White people.
White people.
You know what somebody told me recently?
Not even real.
Big facts.
Money,
And money not real.
Money is just paper. I got a piece of paper right in my book bag. What it mean? Nothing. But if white people hold it, what it mean? A lot. Deep, right?
And they take
So
it to
that's
burn
what-
it every
see-
year like it ain't shit.
Like it's
Yeah,
nothing.
if you watch Dead Presidents, they tell you the whole game.
And that's why, but that's why we need to start investing in ourselves, bro. Like I was talking to one of those old heads, and the old head told me like the first person that you pay is the person that owns you. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, oh, so you make X amount of money, you pay your landlord first. That's who you work for. You work to pay that man. Start paying yourself, invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not enough of us invest in ourselves to make us come up. And then we're going to continue to work for somebody else for the rest of our lives and continue to be that slave. And the thing is, slavery is more than just a physical being of being whipped and, lynched and all these different things. It's also a mentality, bro. If you don't know how to move inside of society and you feel stuck, you enslaved. If you move by society, you enslaved. Whenever you move by the masses and the way the masses moves, then that means that you're enslaved by their customs and their society and the way they move. So how do you get out of that? How do you become your own man and become, your own identity? It's difficult, but there are ways to do it. But we got to spread that knowledge and spread that love to say, listen, young sir, even from down to the education that you're getting inside of that school and learning that Eurocentric information. Nigga, Christopher Columbus did not discover America. And when I was teaching, I told my kids that. You know what I'm saying? I taught them, like, listen, this man that they celebrating this holiday for, now, granted, I appreciate the day off. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he did not discover the place in which you call home currently. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, let's be real and let's talk about our heritage. Let's be real and talk about how black this country is, because without the black people in it, it could have never been what it is today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how are we slaves? Why are we still enslaved? And how can we change that? That's the conversation that needs to be had.
And the thing is, we are a black country. We've just been whitewashed. That's just it just boils down to that. Just like every culture that we think, every characteristic of everything that we do
It's been Europeanized.
It's taken and it's whitewashed.
Really?
Like I'm completely African. When you look at me, I got an afro, and I'm not no type of pigment that resembles a white woman. And I have friends that are lighter pigment, and they'll tell me, well, why don't you do something with your hair? Why don't you straighten it?
What?
Yes, like I've had friends that'll tell me that I should do something different.
Keyword had.
Right.
Keyword.
I've had
Parentheses.
friends that'll say
Keyword.
that. But it's just like a lot of people aren't true to that. Like a lot of people aren't true to who they are. They are easily influenced. And when you're easily influenced, and that's how slavery is, you were easily coerced into being a slave because you were easily coerced into following the trends that were set forth by our African American fathers or by our white fathers that thought that they wanted to be African American kings.
Exactly.
So I'm going to ask you, Skit, how do you feel like you might be put in a box or enslaved being an artist and a rapper? Like, do you feel like there's certain boundaries that you can't touch upon because that might mess up your celebrity or that might mess up your music?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, touching on that stuff might affect, like I said, affect money. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about money, but affect the pay rate or affect where your whole career. You know, some subjects you can't even touch on like that. It's that deep. You know, it's that deep. But there's some artists that do touch on it now, but they already financially stable. You know what I'm saying? But some stuff you can't really touch on like that. You know, so that's how I feel about it.
I'm just saying, I'm not putting this pressure on you, but I would love to see emerging artists just say, you know what, forget all the circumstances that I might come across. I'm going to speak about the truth. And if I don't get that M, as long as the people know I gave the truth out, people gonna buy the truth.
That's real though.
You
That's
can't,
true.
you know what I'm saying? Because people
real.
want the most thorough, most real. The only difference is, I think today, a lot of people are looking for entertainers instead of, MCs.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
Real.
But at the end of the day,
Real.
me personally, I'll go out my way like Jordan Lucas. I love it. Like I love his music.
Yeah, I
Like he don't get enough
Yeah.
credit yet,
Yeah.
but it's gonna come. But somebody like that, he came out the gate being controversial. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I will be more inclined to not even just stream that music, but go out the way to buy that music because I
Right.
know they speaking the truth.
But nowadays, that music. I mean, I love that music too. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, that music don't even
Right.
They don't
exist
touch the
like that. They don't
charts.
even touch the charts like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The one that touch the charts is the club ones, the ones
Club
that can
bangers,
make you
right.
move.
Shake that
Get,
ass.
get, get
Yeah.
and the kids of all boom boom. But all the real music, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's still going on, but most people don't like real music no more. They just like
Right.
what they can dance to. or
Like
get
turn up
along
shit.
with. Turn up shit. You know what I'm saying?
I just heard
That's
that.
this generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's because that's a narrative that they're trying to push. You realize in the '90s and like the end of the '80s, they were trying to push cocaine
Please do.
and gang violence and everything of that sort. And they were just trying to push that because that's the direction that they wanted the black community to go. They wanted us to be,
Oh, yeah.
strung out off cocaine and alcohol and be partying and disrespecting our women. And they wanted gang violence to continue to suffice and to continue to rise. Now the narrative is be on lean, party, get tatted on your face, la la, whatever the case may be. Don't make any music of any substance. But that's why you gotta stay true to yourself because that, with the power of media and now social media, you're gonna want to just conform to whatever music is hitting right now because you feel like that shit is gonna pop right now. But just stay true and just understand that Tupac wasn't rapping about what everybody was rapping about in the '90s. And who are we talking about today as a legend? We talking about Tupac. Jay Z definitely talked about cocaine, but he talked about when Jay Z rapped about it, he rapped about what he went through growing up, but he rapped about it with a purpose and he had substance to it. So I just challenge artists, you know what I'm saying, as yourself to understand that yes, it's a hard road being real. It's a very hard road being real and having substance, but you will end up on top. These artists that are talking about doing Xannies and lean and everything like that are going with the master, they gonna be around for a little bit, and they gonna have that instant, especially with social media, that instant push.
Oh, yeah.
But your longevity is going to show true at the end of your career. So just challenge yourself to stay real and stay true because right now the path you're on as an artist, I really appreciate it. I really seriously appreciate it, and just stay true to it. It might take you a little longer, but the longevity and the real fans that you're gonna have, the real people that really look up to you and really believe in you, is gonna last for eternity. So just keep pushing with that.
Appreciate that, man.
To add on to that, what you're saying, but how do you deal when you're trying to get successful and the man is telling you to change your style? What do you do then? You want to get paid. You got to, in the street, people want to say keep it real, right? They want you to keep it real. But when you like get to the top of the industry and the man says, look, I need you to change your information, change up the game. I need you to talk about syrup. I need you to talk about big tattoos on face. I need you to talk about big rims. What do you do then? Do you want to turn your back because you want the money, or do you go with it? It's a very hard game.
I mean, if I could speak on
Well,
that,
hold
you
on.
feel me? My bad.
Just to make sure, so just to make sure everybody heard the question clearly. So essentially, to sum it all up, he's saying. So he basically said that's all good, but when your A&R, whoever you're signed to, is telling you that you need to rap about lean, rap about tats on your face, and rap about all the negative connotations that they want to push into your society, how do you defend against that? Or how do you move forward?
My thing is, I'm a person about purpose. You feel me? And at the end of the day, I feel like I know that there's money to be had, but I'm gonna speak on that purpose. And if God put me on this earth to take out, or use this platform to speak on topics that aren't really or controversial or aren't really favored by the masses, I'm gonna live in my purpose because that's what I'm put out here for. Now, granted, there's a million ways to get it. You know what I'm saying? There's a million ways to get income. So at the end of the day, I might not make it. I might not sell that album because these people didn't want to push me. But at the end of the day, there's so many people out here that seek the real, need the real. Listen to Nipsey Hussle and what he rapping about right now. You know what I'm saying? People will seek that. So at the end of the day, I might not get their money momentarily, but best believe it's money out here to be had for people that's speaking about the real.
But actually, a lot of people are actually looking for the easy way out too. A lot of people don't give a fuck. They just want to make a hit record, boom, get on, put on, and that's what it is. They're trying to get this bread. And I mean, I ain't knocking nobody's situation, nobody hustle. You feel me? They get your bread. You feel me? But it's definitely a substance missing from hip hop right now.
It is. And
You sell out for the fame.
Exactly.
But
Go ahead.
to speak on that, what he just said, following what he said, if one label wants you to rap about that, boom, boom, but it's a million other, I'm not saying million, but it's a million other labels that want you to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or even that, if all the labels want you to rap about tattoos, drugs, boom, boom, it's another option is being independent. You know what I'm saying? You have certain ways to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Definitely.
and then most of the time, independent is the right route to take. You know, because you can be yourself and freely put out any music you want, and then your real fans gonna support you no matter what. And the labels gonna look at you crazy like, dang man, I want him, but he don't want to sign me because you got all them fans over there, so they gonna be running after you regardless. You know what I'm saying? So,
How do you feel about people that have sold out for the money? How do you feel about the deals that have come and you know that they had the opportunity to be so much more than what they were after they signed that deal?
they're basically selling their soul. That's what selling their soul is.
Facts. And I want to bring this point up to light right now because, like, a long time ago, not a long time ago, when Kendrick first started, everybody like, man, you got to be in the mood to listen to Kendrick. I'm not trying to hear Kendrick, blah, blah, blah. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But he stayed true to him. Now, guess what? Yeah. Black Panther grossing how much money? And guess who was on that album? Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. You feel me? He made a way and paid his own way. He said, you know what? Fuck the rules. Fuck selling your soul and all that stuff. I'm going to be me. And people that love me going to support me. And now guess what he's doing? For about to be a billion, if it's not already, billion people that watched or went to go buy a ticket for Black Panther. It's past billion, right? Setting records.
It's about to hit 5. I
that
think.
means that how many people heard his album? How many people messed me with that book? Like, he's infamous now. I mean, he's famous. He's famous. He's like not famous, but like he's a legend now.
Household name.
He's a legend now because you can't. That movie broke charts, so that means that album broke charts.
But you hit a very valid point because everybody thought the same thing about Drake. They said this sappy ass nigga coming in with these love songs, pouring his heart out. Now what? Drake taking all they bitches.
Right.
Drake took who did he knock down? J-Lo.
Who didn't he knock down?
Who didn't this nigga knock down?
Serena.
He had
He hit Serena.
Every girl you wanted to every joint you wanted to knock down, he knocked down.
He knocked down, bro.
Think about it.
I nigga got socked off for trying to fuck on Cassie.
Everybody. Listen, Drake took everybody.
I heard he didn't.
How about Oprah? He didn't take Oprah.
I don't think.
We don't know. Drake might have hit Oprah too.
I hit
Oprah
no.
just got Oprah making people sign.
Yeah, disclosure. You gotta sign disclosure.
What?
Oprah just
You know what I'm
too
saying?
fancy to be put.
Shout out Beyonce,
Like
best
not
rapper
no
out.
money.
I hit Oprah.
Shit.
Now he might
Sign
be
in.
young.
Oprah paid. I hit. Let me hit Oprah, nigga.
Nah, but I mean, like I said, like I wanted to speak about that just because, like, my name Egypt. You feel me? Like I'm very grounded in the culture in which I come from. Now, granted, I say Egypt because I consider myself intellectual, and that's where the higher intellects came from in my mind when you talk about the pyramids and all that stuff. But I feel like when you stay rooted into who you are, that's when the best content comes out. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you try to be somebody that you're not, now I'm talking about perks and Xannies and all, but at the same time, it's like you don't even really live that life, and now you living that life, and now you strung out. And now your longevity, not just as an artist, but your lifespan has changed and became. My life is way too important, and I got too many people that might look up to me. Like, even if I got kids, I want my son to be able to see this years from now and be like, that's my dad, and I respect him because he never changed. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
But if I'm up here like, oh damn, I gotta change for society. Pops, perks. Now my son seen that, I be like, damn, well, dad, you was doing it. Now I can't even tell my son not to do it because now he see me like, well, dad, you was doing it as a young boy.
You're a hypocrite.
And exactly, now I'm a hypocrite. Now I can't even tell my son like, don't do that. Now you can be like, nah, nigga, you did that, so I'ma do it. You know what I'm saying? So you even gotta think about that.
Way more than music.
It's way deeper than that, bro. And the thing is, I love music, you feel me? I dance right now for the Clippers, you feel me? So it's a different type of style, but I played the sax all my life. You know what I'm saying? So music is in me. Like, I love music. So I got a lot more respect for those people that put themselves in a position to be themselves.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, the best expression is your most truest form, and that's self.
And that's why
true.
the people
Hell
that
yeah.
actually aren't afraid to pour their hearts out into records, they skyrocket. Because Drake pours his heart out. He tells exactly how he feels.
Yeah.
Kodak, he tells exactly how he feels. And he
She
actually
love
touches-
Kodak.
I love
Yeah.
Kodak.
That's the
He
10th
actually
reference
speaks
today.
on that. I love Kodak. Kodak said, it ain't cool to catch nobody. And he spoke on it from personal experience. Allegedly. He spoke on it from personal experience. That it's not cool to be out killing people. It's not cool to be on dope. He don't need, what did he say? I don't sip no lean and drink codeine no more. He gave it up. You don't prosper from doing things that aren't beneficial to you.
Right. You're only killing your body. That's the temple. You know what I'm saying?
And you can't be successful if you killed your temple because somebody else is gonna thrive from your
That's real shit.
Exactly. Facts.
Hey, yo, man, look, great discussion, great everything. Great everything, great energy. That's why I had to let it go on. You know what I'm saying? And then, it's dope because we great team, and then, with Skady, and then, y'all too. I really like the energy that y'all brought into the station too. You know what I mean? It makes it a whole different show. You know what I'm saying? That's why we like to vibe with people and get them in, because it's a whole different vibe. Even though we got our own set vibe that we have every week, when y'all come in and do shit like this, like, I love it because it feels like, you know what I'm saying, it's genuine. You know? Yeah. Man, with that being said, bro, I'm gonna let you pick. What's your next song you want to get into? You got a video for your next song too?
Yeah, let's be real.
Let's be real. You got a video for that one?
Yeah, I got a video.
All right, we're gonna go to the video. We ain't gonna play the song.
We doing straight videos, man.
Yeah, all video.
It's about elevation, man.
This one right here, my bad. I ain't mean to do that. That shit was like on autoplay. But right here, man, this is a video called Let's Be Real by my nigga Skady. Right here on Plan A Radio, you know what I'm saying? First time on Plan A Radio. The interview is gonna be live on YouTube, so make sure y'all check it out.
Yeah.
And check this out right now. It's called Let's Be Real with Skady. It's DJ Show, Plan A Radio.
I got CD, so I got you.
Somebody called in just now. Yo. Huh? Do your thing, do your thing. I understand.
Don't forget to talk about last night.
All right, for sure. No. Well, you said what? Oh yeah, last night. Yeah, I'm already knowing. All right, for sure. All right, thank you, bro. Hey, bro, I better have one too. I better have one. My nigga. Hey, he said I got you first. All right, better. Man, I remember my homeboys came out here from Texas. Them niggas had some CDs. I didn't get one. I was hot, nigga. Hey, you got a dope ass video editor, man.
I got another video coming soon.
Okay, what's up, yeah?
Miami is it. Like, you know, girls in the club in bikinis because it's hot.
They got 300,000.
I'm be out there drawing. I ain't gonna hold you. ABFF. American Black Compact. We was wild. ABFF was lit. Yo, this Memorial Weekend. Oh, I'm definitely about to draw.
Y'all just missed spring break though. Spring break in Miami was lit.
Yeah, that joint was crazy.
Yo, what's good? This be your boy DJ Show from Planet Radio. You know what I mean? Damn, bro, got 300K views on Facebook, bro, on a goddamn video clip.
I just dropped it like
Yeah.
the week was March 15th, and then it was like it got 300,000 views on it. I posted a little snippet on it, and I ain't even dropped the whole song yet, and I just did a video for it. So when I dropped the video, everybody asking me for it, so it might hit 1 million views on the video.
As it should.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
that's how you do that
Drop
shit.
the song yet. You feel me?
Hey, let's get a round of applause for that right there.
Shout out, man. It's called Exit. Let It To My Ex, man. I'm gonna try to put on World Star and everything, man.
What is it called? Hold on, you gotta say it again.
It's called Exit. Let It To My Ex. I made I made a song. Me and my ex broke up, and I made a song about it, and everybody feeling it. Everybody wanted the song. Everybody keep hitting me up about it. I ain't even dropped the song yet, so it's deep, man. Like, it's a good song. I wish I should have sent you that too, but
yeah, it's all.
I ain't even dropped it yet, so.
Oh, it's all right, man. You could have broke that shit here, man.
I been dope too, man. It's dope, man. That song dope, man.
Oh yeah, you know me. Just let me know when you got it out, man. Most definitely.
Let you know.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. But anything y'all wanna touch on before we go ahead and get out of here, man? 'Cause we still got a little more time.
I mean, we kind of started to talk about it, but I want to kind of dive into it a little bit more.
Let's do it.
We was talking about these killings that's seen on Instagram and these shootings that, like, just recently there was a guy that got shot in the head. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram. It was literally posted on Instagram up for over 24 hours. And nobody, like, flagged it. They ain't get taken down. Like, it was crazy. Like, I would get ready to show somebody else. I'm like, they might have took it down by now. And it was still up there. And I'm still being able to show them, like, this woman was playing with the gun. Then the dude in the back said there wasn't no clip in the gun. She shot it once. It didn't do nothing. It was a blank. And then the next time she pointed it at the dude sitting in the front seat, busted at him, caught him in the head, and you just literally watching him become lifeless. You know what I'm saying? Now, right now, apparently, he's still alive, but he's in critical condition, which is crazy to me because she shot him in the head. But the fact that we are so desensitized from this type of stuff, and, like, if my son got an iPhone and he got Instagram, he could see this. Now, granted, I don't got kids yet, but I'm saying if he was growing up and he got a phone, he could see this already. You know what I'm saying? So they really get to see a lot more stuff than we did. Like, I remember, BET Uncut came on. My mom was in the room turning my TV off.
Tip drill.
You feel me? Exactly, you feel me?
Man, that tip
But
drill
now,
video. Shout out to Nelly for the tip drill video.
tip drill was lit. You feel me?
And you got that nigga waking you up in the middle. Yo, jeez!
You feel me? But now they got it easy access. They got it on their cell phones. They got it, like, on their Instagrams, on their Snapchat. They can see this stuff immediately. But the fact that nobody took it down, and the fact that you can literally watch somebody get murdered, and it's not like it's a movie. It's legitimately happening on Instagram. It's like, where do we go, or where have we gotten to where this is comfortable now, and I can double tap and be like, damn, that's sad, and then keep scrolling about my regular day life.
Well, I think awareness is key. Like, you need to know things are happening. I don't think we should be shielded from it. Granted, it was that I'm more offended by the actual action that she was so ignorant to shoot this dude. I feel like people needed to see that ignorance that she partook in. She was very ignorant in her actions, and she was doing something to stunt for the gram, or stunt for whatever social media website she was on, and she ended up possibly taking a life. And I'm more heated about how ignorant she was to what she was doing and how serious the repercussions of what she could have done to someone was. And not even what she could have done, what she did, because we don't even know if this man is going to live or die at this point. But people need to see that she was ignorant. People need to see that. Now, granted, that might not be the platform that people should see it on. However, the fact that there is visual evidence They have visual evidence of her. She has the gun. They see exactly the context of how she shot him. So it's not going to be misconstrued. They're going to be able to actually determine what her intent was behind shooting him. Regardless of whether it's an accident, she may not get charged with murder. However, she definitely will be charged with manslaughter if he dies.
Yep.
Right.
So that's something that we actually, that's going to be beneficial in actually charging her for this particular incident. So even though it might have been gruesome to a degree, or not even to a degree, it was definitely gruesome, it was beneficial that it exists.
But here's the thing though. The phone is inside the car.
Oh, we got the video right here.
Two of them leave. That's crazy that you can see.
Y'all trying to take a break,
Yeah,
bro?
I can't watch it.
Let's play the video and then we're gonna rap about it real quick. Yeah, I want to rewatch that.
I'm good,
You
man.
trying to see this shit?
I'm cool. I'm really good. Like, I'm really good. Y'all got it.
Let that hold up.
I'm in my bed. Why you do all that motherfucking lying, dog?
Take his headphones off, nigga.
Lying asshole. You see what we doing the lying asshole? We draw line. We draw line on the phone.
And clock.
Blood, like that's some bullshit.
Yo.
And they out the car and shit.
Bro.
See, that's
Put something on body, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that shit wild.
Put a chill on
See,
my body.
what gets me is the action behind it. Not that we can see it, but it's the fact of how ignorant she was during it. Like that, I'm over here still cringing from it because she had a gun. You see that they were talking. It was like, okay, let's get on the gram. Let's say I got beef with you. Let's give a scenario. Let's paint a picture. I got beef with you. Or let's say I got beef with Charmaine down the street. We dating. Charmaine wants you. I get on Instagram and I flodge because Charmaine watching. I know Charmaine watching. I'm like, you see what we do to lying assholes? Yeah. Pull the trigger power. Ignorance. I'm doing all this for somebody to see, and I've taken the life of the person that I care about.
I feel that, but if you watch the video again, he says on the video like, "Oh, he was like, but on the video he was like, hold on, where you from again? Because he don't even know Slim in the front.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I feel like it was all planned. Like, all right, let's set him up, and then let's off him. And then I think when the woman saw it in person, she's like, oh shit, like I ain't never.
He for sure said, where you from again? I don't know if it's set up, but he for sure said.
Okay, that's just like if you talking to somebody at dating stages, at different stages of dating, you don't know much about people. So you actually ask questions that you know the answer to several times. I've known you for years, and I'll be like, what part of Jacksonville you from? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's just like, where you from? Where your family from? You sound, yeah. So it's just like,
I want to know who uploaded it though, cause like that's like somebody got the camera and was like, oh shit, upload.
The thing about it is, I feel like he was guilty to a degree for having himself in that situation. I'm not gonna give no person that's inexperienced. It sounded like to me, my interpretation was it was his gun and she was playing with it.
But you seen it was sitting on the center console. She picked the joint up. Me like, oh.
That was his gun.
And then she cocked it and said, bitch. Like that's where it threw me off. I'm like, oh.
That was his gun. And my interpretation of it was his gun. He sat it there on the, and I'm telling you this from my own personal experience.
Nah, for sure.
Being with dudes and they in that type of lifestyle, they take their gun out, whatever, they count money, yada yada. They're doing a do, and they sit their gun down. I feel like that was the situation. She picked it up and she was playing with it and she shot him. And I feel like he was not just as guilty, but he played a big role in how that situation went down because he gave her the ability to hold a gun and even pointed at him when he felt uncomfortable, and he did not know that he trusted her enough to
I don't know if it was trust. I think it was more like as a man, he ain't want to somebody no hoe ass nigga. Like, being on some scary ass shit. Like, yo, chill with that. Like, me personally, I'd have been like, yo, I'd have put that joint down.
Yeah, hey, bro, fuck all that.
You feel me?
Real shit, she did that nigga like Bishop.
So like legit, like from women to men. I'm gonna give
Yo, cut that. He said, cause she said, why you got that gun? He said, cause I already got it, motherfucker.
from women to men. Because
Then
most
everybody
women-
dumb.
I got a gun license and I got a SIG at home, bro. And I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I don't give a girl no gun at all.
Boom.
Facts.
Boom.
So
I
boom.
feel that.
At
I
all,
feel
bro.
that.
Like
I'm serious, bro.
Yeah.
Cause you know why? I'm afraid she might shoot a nigga.
boom.
Boom.
I don't trust a girl with a gun.
Emotions.
At
And,
all.
and I'll tell you too, I get very emotional. Don't
Okay.
get, and I got
Hey,
my own gun, but
you right.
at the same
You
time,
right.
like, I'm a
You
little
right.
more rational
responsible.
with the situation.
Allowing people to play around with a serious weapon.
Exactly.
When I see the video, bro, I'm a real gun artist. Immediately, she never pulled the trigger. It's a trigger feather.
Mhm.
So
It's
she
hair
pulled the
trigger.
trigger,
Yeah.
it immediately pop.
Smacks,
If
yeah.
you see it in slow motion,
Uh-huh.
it hit the roof and bounced back and hit Cuz head.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Bro, when I look, the homie just got shot 3 weeks ago. I watched it on his video at his girl's office on a big screen. He walked to a car, tried to pull a Mexican out. He pulled out and shot me in the head. The brain straight out the opposite side. When I seen the video on Facebook with this girl playing on live, the bullet in slow motion, 4 times slow motion. You gotta have a good ass TV I got. And bam, the bullet goes up, bounce back, hit Cuz in the head.
Mm.
That's why if you notice, he went straight to this side. She had the gun up. It went up and clocked. It went that
Damn,
side.
so it probably was on
If he
accident.
would've clocked it, the
It
brain
was an
would've popped out,
accident.
my nigga. I watched
Wow.
brains pop
He-
out one time
That's just
on that
like
video.
Wow.
how I felt about it.
That's
I'll give you guys
crazy.
a whole
Yo.
scenario. That looked like
I'm a
something
real gun
okay.
artist.
Like they pulled up, he pulled up, or she pulled up, or however they was just hanging out because there was 3 people in the car. Clearly, you're not getting in the car with a random chick with your homeboy. You're not hopping in the car with no random.
And she was the driver, right?
And she was the driver, so it was so they all knew.
I
they
think
was
chicks do that every day. I ain't gonna hold you. I had
No.
first off,
Shit crazy.
I've been to College Beach weekend and I had several random women in our room, in our cars, all
They
that.
just had got
Well,
food
see,
or
out here
something.
in
They
LA,
was
man,
really kicking
out
it.
here in LA, damn near 92.4% of LA girls is afraid of a gun.
They was kicking
Every
it, like
time
they
I
was
bring-
legit
look,
kicking it.
I just rode with my boy. When I got a gun in my car, because it's licensed and I can keep it, every girl that comes, you don't got your gun, where's it at? Is this on safety? They spook. Out of state, when I went to Atlanta, girls, they act like they men.
Because they so used to the trap lifestyle. It's
Well,
trap
it's kind of like
music,
they got,
it's trap
look,
lifestyle.
out here in LA, girls don't got dads. Down south from Mississippi all the way to North Dakota,
They all
they
scrap.
got dads, they got
Yeah.
family.
All scrap.
The dads is protective about their daughters.
That's why I
When
got
it
my
comes to
gun.
it, nigga, because the girl on the video,
Facts,
she
nigga.
got hands. She had hands with the pistol. You see how she pulled it?
She
She
was,
had hands.
was
She knew it's that. Yeah,
And-
bro.
Yeah.
Right.
And two,
She had hands, bro.
growing up in that region, if you have families, most of the time, if you have a successful father, 9 times out of 10, he was in the military. So what happens is and they migrate to that coast because it's cheaper living when they get out. So when I was growing up, I was going to the gun range. My dad would take me to the gun range. I think I went to the gun range like maybe every time I visit Florida now. I'll go to the gun range with my family. It's just the communion. It's like it's like
Well, I
it's
think
a
it's
way
more
of
than
life.
just that. One thing about the South, if you really know the history, from like the 1870s, the South was the first place that developed guns. That's where my boy Smith and Wesson come from. This is not the name of the gun. Smith and Wesson is a white boy, a cold one with the reddish beard, with the black and white picture, making his first gun that he handed out to all the Civil War people when they was
That's
fighting
crazy.
the South in the North. So all the guns were 223s, all those big ass bullets. That's not a gun. That's a bullet. A 223 is a bullet. I got a bulletproof best bullet in my gun right now. If I can go down south where all these things is at, bro, I'll come back and put them in my transmission. I have big ass unmentioned guns. All the guns down south are there. That's why everybody down there freely with little handguns and shooting each other,
Where
bro.
you get these from? Where you
Like
think
it's
where
nothing.
these guns
Like
Wow.
it's nothing.
Where you think these
Like it's
juveniles are getting these
But look,
weapons from
look,
in
I'm,
Florida?
look,
We
I,
go.
look, I want to say this. I want to say 2 more things that because
Go ahead, Chief.
I got people in a high level. The first one, when you get in this industry, bro, I'm gonna let you know. Either it's a Persian, a Jewish, it's not a white man. He gonna tell you straight up, I don't want to hear you talking about God. God can't be in here right now while you sign the contract. Period, point blank. If you're gonna hear from me, and you're gonna hear from me when you get to the top. The second one, regardless how you look at this, however you think this is, these dudes have a plan. In 2021, they're gonna make a law that's gonna pass the drone airplanes to fly over your house to scan for all ammunitions and guns. Within a 90-day process, once that drone protects that shit, they got 90 days to come to your house with the CIA or the FBI to book you with a charge. I'm telling you real life shit. I wish it was recorded. I'm sorry that you are, but however it goes, if you don't believe me, right now you notice they have drone restrictions. The drone has to get licensed.
Yep.
The drone can't go so
Yeah.
far. can't be on private property. The reason why is because their drone is going to be the ones that's going to fly over your house and scan guns and everything. Remember, the Olympics is 2025. 2021 is the turn of everything. If you're not knowing, see, I'm from the streets, and the economy and the streets go hand in hand. We both crooks.
So you gotta hide them guns underground now.
No, that's a reality look. On a realism look is put your guns in water, put your guns in a refrigerator, put your gun in mud.
Facts.
I like that.
So, like,
Criminal.
I just feel everybody should just really like.
Smarten up.
That's crazy.
Pretty much.
Smarten up.
Dang, yo, he done gave me some knowledge. Yeah, hold up, brother.
He said, "Don't lighten up. You gotta tighten up."
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? That's
But-
real shit.
But it's
'Cause that's what they said to register bullets. That's why they registered them bullets, and it makes sense now because when I was at the gun range in December, they was like, "Yo, from 2018 on up, you got to register the bullets because they want to know exactly how many bullets is missing from your count and all that other shit. Like they really catching track on like where's these other bullets going, kind of like your bank account. You know what I'm saying? So now when he says that about the drone, it kind of makes sense because if they're registering bullets, how can't they scan your shit? You know?
Yo,
what
but I'm
saying?
telling you, that goes again. Like I one day I typed in my address from back home on the internet, and they literally have a live drone view of my house.
Yeah.
Of the like if I want to tap over like the screen a couple times, I can see my neighbor's house. And I tap over on Google. That's crazy. They can find me anywhere.
If everybody look, everybody got a satellite dish that's pointing to the right. If you want to get technical with it, it's pointing to the far west. Every satellite, we have a total of 76 satellites. 36 of them is on the west coast. That big ass bright one that you see that hovers right over to the ocean. It's gonna be the most beautiful. If you look at your Google Maps, all you gotta do is place a big ass mirror in your backyard that's gonna reflect from the mirror or the camera and it's gonna reflect. Every 4.5 months, your Google Maps setting changes.
Yep.
I know, right?
The reason why is because
That's my cousin. She
I think my one told me that they have to keep up with the new movement. Two, you can't really keep that shit like every 3 days. Shit would change and people can be on where you're at. So every 4 months that shit changes. And the reason why I knew it because I got a homeboy that is a hacker, and he put me up on it. You know what I'm saying? But the real is everybody should really just look at life and really go full throttle at it. If you gotta turn your cheek on your friend, you gotta turn your cheek on your friend. I look at life like this: if you're not benefiting me, I don't need you. We're living in tough times right now, and the tough times right now is you can't do nothing for me that I'm doing for myself already. Remember, we're already in a hole. If you already got yourself out the hole, like you niggas that came out here from out them states, you a king once you go back. But you're not a king yet. You gotta be a king to achieve this. Once you're able to achieve this, you're the man. The reason why you're out here on your own, because you're doing what I'm telling you right now. You let go of that people that can't benefit you. Two, you gotta sell yourself out. Why you think you're not selling yourself out? When you jumped on that plane and you turned your back on all your friends at your state, you sold out. Why'd you sell out? For the better of your life. If you think selling out is wrong, you need to get a clear concept on this shit. Selling out is staying in your hood doing nothing. That's selling out. Because why? The white man, the government, democracy, the system want you to stay right there. Don't go nowhere farther than that. To sell out is to get your ass out the hood and go to a school, go to the career game. Whatever you gotta do, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, bro. It's fair for you to do it, bro.
That's free game right
Yeah,
there.
that's real shit. We need a round of applause.
Yeah, all right.
No, that's real shit. Appreciate you.
So then I got.
Appreciate that.
Oh damn! I know what this is. Hey, bro. So I know that that reminds me of like how the gangs and stuff is out here, and then they stay in the hood. They don't leave their hood, stuff like that. A lot of gang members. I'm not gonna say all.
That's not true. You gotta understand before you make that statement. You gotta understand the system. It's parole and it's probation. They keep them boys restricted or keep them boys stationed. So there's a difference. Like right now, if you notice, the Crip and Blood is going big out of here. We're the only state that don't follow trends or do all of that. The reason why is because we make this shit up. We make this game up so cold. Remember, I told my friends about this. Remember all the black people that was getting shot with their hands up, don't move, don't run. Every people that was getting murdered, it was from every other state but California, Los Angeles. The reason why is because we run this shit.
Y'all was fucking them up.
No, it's not negative. We was running this shit. It's fucking them up, it's going to jail. Standing up, figuring them off, letting them you got me fucked up, that's what we were doing. Every time police come, we out there 5 feet deep, smoking a blunt, figuring them off, they rolling by. There's nobody else doing that. we listen. We as Crips, we set our foundation that people don't understand from out of town. Like we really hold our community down. Like if you notice, there's no gang banging writing on the walls. If you notice that from Inglewood to South Central, nigga, there's only Mexican. The reason why, that's no more that we don't criminalize or discriminate our communities. If you notice, there's not more crack selling in our hoods. The reason why is because we don't sell crack. It's prohibited for certain gangs and certain hoods to sell crack.
That's
Because
lit.
why? We don't want to fuck up our family members. This is real life shit.
I respect that, dog. See, we need more people to speak about that because again, the stuff that I see, I've been pressed before out here, and I just came out from Philly. You feel me? And mind you, this is again like I don't know the gang culture at all. You know what I'm saying? Like back at home, they rap blocks. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to 54th and Diamond. You know what I'm saying? If you from, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when it comes to this gang culture, I do know that it started with a different intent. And I do know that a lot of times they would be the ones giving out turkeys during certain, like there was a lot of positive, but when I see it, when it comes to me, it's the negative. But when you tell me that, I'm like, dang, that's like they want to clean up the hood, which I respect. But more people need to speak out about that because again, I was about to ask you, like, I'm pretty sure they got a certain type of culture when it comes to gang life or maybe something like that. What's the difference? I guess, because I know in Florida they know to like sell a lot of white. They know to like make bread for them, selling coke, stuff like that. So like, what's the difference between like L.A. and Florida? I know there's a big difference, but like, is it a gang? Is it like, or is it like we just about this money?
Y'all have gangs. Up here, well, up here is y'all got gangs. You know what I'm saying? Down there, we got like blocks. We got hoods. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got hoods too, but I'm saying like y'all got gangs. We don't have gangs like that. Our gangs is gangs we make up, but y'all have like real deal gangs. You feel me?
Yeah, they have more like
gangs come from the 80s. Gang bangers come from the 90s. Right now, what we got right now, it's all straight politicking. It's all politicking.
See, that's
You can come from any block, my niggas. As long as you come correct with money and you about business, we're gonna accept you. You can't come with outside colors, but at the same time, we're not tripping because you wearing red.
Okay.
That's gang banging. We're not tripping because you saying cup, man. Where you from? You know where you at. It's the gang right now, LA. That's why look. That's why you see all you niggas coming out here. Don't you think if you look, if we were to go to York State, one man deep, going to a city that we don't know nobody, don't you know what will happen to us? You know we'll get robbed. We got the clearest mouthpiece. We talk professional English. Everybody think we all got money because we come from the Sunshine State. We'd have been robbed. How come neither one of you niggas have not been robbed? And you in the state when you heard because you was outside that Cali is this, Cali is that. But you here, you walk around with a gold necklace over the skateboard, custom made with gold teeth, just to get full court prep. Cali must not be full of gang bangers. It's politicking. So you gotta know about these rules and regulations and guidelines out here. You making it this far because you know why? Your ass is strong where you came from. You brung it out here. That's why you making it. You can't make it in this land if you ain't strong. If you weak, you know what happens. You know what happens.
in Florida, it's not really like that because
I salute you.
how it is
For real.
here,
I salute
they
you.
have gangs,
You can't walk
and
up
the
here like this
gangs
with
are more
dreadlocks and come to my city with gold chain on your neck, but still keep your insanity, still keep it real, still stand tall. You a G-boy. You a G-boy. It ain't easy. What, this nigga, it ain't easy. How you coming out here? You don't even know where Compton Spring is. You just know where Compton. You don't know where Spring Road is. You don't even know where Wilmington is. You don't even know none of that. But you willing to go everywhere in the game. Just why? Because you're here to make a breakthrough. Why are you making it so far? You bring that attitude where you came from. What changed? Nothing. How you making it? By staying the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
See, like, it's stuff like that that, like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's encouragement. That's empowerment. You feel me? And at the same time, Cat was in the corner chilling on his dolly. Like, he wasn't even like, you know, he didn't even have to do that. But the fact that he did that, that goes to show somebody like me that's not in a gang, but that knows people, like, you know what I'm saying? That it's way deeper than what we think. That minuscule mentality. So it's like, when you hear about it, and I'm getting pressed, and now I'm getting mad, like, dang, they tripping off of me wearing a color. Like, I'll go back home. I'll wear whatever I want to wear. I ain't never tripped off no color.
Exactly.
But at the same time, when you realize that, like, and mind you, it was a lot of the younger kids. Like, they was younger than me. The people that said something to me. But it's like someone like him. It's like, it seemed like he's a little older, a little seasoned. He like, yo, we want to clean this up. But at the same time, we're going to stand strong in who we are. So if somebody outside come in and want to say something, now they got a problem. But if you outside, if you on some, I'm humble and I want to get it, we respect you because you black and because you're a part of our community. I respect that. And see, now I'm going to look at it on a totally different aspect, mindset.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
LA didn't move with that Black Lives The other two states did. LA, we did our own thing. Remember, when that black lady got beat up on the freeway by the highway patrol, in other states, people went on an uproar. Out here, money, politics, and taking care of business. We don't got no time for bullshit and flamboyant.
Hell yeah.
None of that. We all
Straight to
business out
business,
here.
man.
From
Respect.
dirt to blood, it does not matter. We're about money in this time and age right now. So I fuck with you in Jacksonville. Nigga,
Appreciate it,
I'm
man.
with you.
Yeah.
You might need this Cali weed. I fuck with you where you come from. You might need it. We need y'all. You don't even know it. We need y'all. You don't even know it. You don't even know.
See that?
Appreciate
See,
that.
yo,
Appreciate
man,
it.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Cause like honestly, I'm all about empowerment. I'm all about like I don't got nothing against white people, but at the well, I do. I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time, you feel me? I'm very sound and grounded in my culture of people. I told y'all before, I don't claim America. I say I'm African, but now I do realize that I am an American. I've adapted some customs. But when you talk about how you are and how he is from Jacksonville, and then I'm from Philly, and bro from Philly, from Delaware, from all LA, it's all these different parts coming together to just make positivity. If we could get this on a mass level, the change would be crazy. But it's so difficult. Why you say that?
The reason why. The moment that black people come together is the moment that the white man is going to be threatened. We can't do that. They don't want that to happen. What has to happen is small island here, a small island there, a small island there, and a small island here. All secretly talking about we coming together. If we do it on the front page newspaper, the world's going to see what we do.
Nah, yeah,
Move in
for sure.
silence.
Listen, you got to understand. We all are all unhappy Americans. We're not Africans. We're ancient Egyptian. You got to get that program out.
But that's still in the continent of Africa though.
We're ancient Egyptian. Egypt is the mother earth of Africa. That's the major part that makes the whole heart of African made. We're ancient Egyptian. Every black person in this motherfucker is ancient Egyptian. Remember that. We're so smart. We're so smart that you got to know how we really got to come together on a secret level. If you notice, every time you give out your plan, it never go through. It's because you gave out your plan.
And somebody else used it.
Thank you. I'm gonna go answer my phone.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, that's facts. That's facts.
Hey, look, we had a dope ass show, man. I just want everybody to, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was a dope ass show. We got to give a round of applause from everybody, from the audience.
I ain't gonna lie though. You gonna hear what they just said? When he just said, it's touched me. Just say, yo, like every time you say your plan out loud, and then it never works. But when you keep it to yourself, it works. I mean, that's real. That's real though. That's real though, man. 'Cause that do happens.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
All the time.
Man, before I had a radio station, bro, I had a nigga steal my idea. I brought him to this station. So, yeah, he already know about the bitch-ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? He probably listening, oh, bitch-ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say it just like that. And, but yeah, my nigga already know him. Like, nigga was part of my group and shit, you know what I'm saying? We was doing, like, rapping and shit together, bro. I already had the radio idea. This nigga did some other shit, stole my, like, I was like, hey, man, we should do commercials. And, you know, link up on our radio. Next time I look at this nigga website, he got commercials on the shit.
Exactly.
I'm like, yo, man, maybe we should do mixtape shit so you can have on my station, your station. He's like, you know what, that's a good idea. Nigga took my good idea, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, niggas like that, they need somebody to branch off of because at the end of the day, when you got somebody coming up with the ideas and they use you, if you realize they use you, they ain't going to be able to do shit but the same shit they do, and they're going to be able to stay in that box.
You know what they call those people? Creative directors. Creative director. And he was taking your ideas free of charge.
Yeah.
Follower.
Exactly.
And that's why it's important to get your stuff patent. That's why it's important to pay that LLC to get certain things patent so that people can't take none. Think about the black boy that made the microchip, and then they made, you know, Microsoft after that. They don't never talk about that black man that created the microchip for this stuff to even be happening. But at the same time, it wasn't patent, so now somebody else was able to take it and cultivate it into what it is now. So make sure, black people, if you don't know about it, please investigate, Google search it, how we do real quick, and understand how important it is to patent or LLC your business or your ideas so that nobody else can take it and your name.
Exactly.
And then that's another thing. All the ideas you came up with first, that means, you know what I'm saying, that shows that you're a leader though. You know what I'm saying? And everything that he stole, that means he's just a follower. You feel me?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Shows that in life, not just that situation. Shows that what kind of person you are.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Appreciate it, man.
You should have known that nigga when he was still in your Facebook message.
Right.
That nigga was still in Facebook status. Like, fuck still Facebook
Nigga
status.
used to steal my Facebook status. I'm like, you bitch ass nigga.
Niggas like, you
Like, that's how petty the nigga
You a
be.
thief.
Like, you a thief. Yeah, that's what it's
He a whole thing.
So,
It really
But I mean, that all goes to say, like,
Facebook statuses, bro.
with all that being said,
Fuck still Facebook status.
that's crazy.
yeah, I'm a mama.
But with all that being said, like on another note, like you definitely have to share your ideas with your family, and you got to know when we saying family, I'm saying keep family close. Know who your family is that you can say, yo, this is my cousin. Yo, bro, I'm thinking about doing this, and you ain't got to tell 100% because never tell 100% of your plan. Only tell people 10%. But I would say that talk to your family just to brainstorm. Because if you don't brainstorm, your idea 9 times out of 10 is going to be half as good as it can be. So it's not to say that you can't share your ideas with them, but it's to say don't just go to the person next to you like, yo, man, my bigger picture is I'm going to be a host and I'm going to own this and I'm going to own that. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. Da, 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 da. Don't be an open book, but allow your book to be slightly open so that you can expand your idea to new levels. You know what I'm saying? To new levels, yeah.
Do you mean like accumulated family, or do you mean blood family?
No. When I'm talking family, I'm never talking just blood. When I'm talking, what's going on, Chief? Bless, man. Bless, man.
We're about to head
When I'm
out.
talking family, I'm never talking just blood. Like that person on the other end of the room in the orange hat, that's my family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that person on the other end of the room in the orange hat, that's my family, but that's accumulated family. And I know I could trust him with anything. You know what I'm saying? But then I might have a family member, that blood relative that you can't trust with nothing. Man, we got family in Ghana that. No. I ain't talking about, when I'm saying family, I'm talking about spiritual family. I'm talking spiritual family. Your spiritual family is the closest family to you. Some of your blood family, we send money and clothes to family in Ghana. We had people like, okay, we sent money to Ghana for them to build a house, and they squandered all of that money, and we never saw it. Right. We about to wrap it up, but I'm saying, so make sure that you're able to share your ideas with spiritual family because that's going to make your ideas better. But definitely keep it tight, keep it all, you know what I mean, in tuck. Just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All that. You know what I'm saying?
You did.
Sensitive information. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to let DJ Show go ahead and wrap it up.
Yo, what's up, man? This be your boy DJ Show, man. We had a great show today with Skady. And you know, I forgot your name again, Miss Claire, yeah.
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
Yeah.
The queen.
Yeah, you know, we went a little bit over scheduled time, you know, but the show be so live. We always think the last one can't be no better than the new. You know what I mean? You know, niggas know the same. Fuck it.
New one's gonna be better than the last.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But anyways, man, this be your boy DJ Show. We're gonna go ahead and sign out, man. Thank you for coming out, man. We appreciate you. Shout out to Jacksonville, Florida.
Duval.
We gotta close, but real quick, where could they find you at? Where could they find you at?
You follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Aim High Skady, AIMHIGHSKATIE, man. Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Man, follow me YouTube, Skady TV, SK number 8 TIE TV, man. Big, you know what's going on.
Hey.
Shit lit.
Gang.
Y'all sign off.
Hey man, listen, it's Egypt Ali signing off. If you want to check me, you can catch me on Instagram at Egypt Ali _. Same thing for everything else, man. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. You heard?
All right, Gucci. Yo, it's your boy DBG, Droboy Go Vine. What it do? Y'all can catch me on Snapchat at Droboy Takeoff, or you can catch me at IG on Droboy Go Vine 9. Yeah, hit me up.
You already signed out?
Well, it's the Queen Cleopatra, and you can always find me at the Queen Cleopatra on Instagram.
Oh, can I do my shout-outs? My bad.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, bro.
And shout out Jacksonville, Florida, man. Shout out to this show right here, man. Shout out everybody on this show, man. Appreciate y'all having me coming through, man. You understand? And shout out to everybody in Jacksonville. Shout out my team, man. Travis, Devin, Trill. Shout out everybody, Rashad, everybody, man. Love y'all, man. Just know skate when you here, man. You dig? Facts.
Heard you. Royalty in the flesh, finesse at its best. I am King Cole. Follow me on any social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Black Planet, you know, you name it. I'm at I am King Cove. IAMKINGKOF.
Nigga said MySpace, nigga, Black
Planet.
Planet.
You know, it's been a blessing. Shout out to Skady coming on the show. Shout out to the Queen Cleopatra coming on the show, man. It's been great energy. Shout out my boy Ja, the DJ, man, out here rocking.
Shout out to DJ, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out you, bro.
Just been great energy today's show. You already know.
Shout out my fan supporters too. Go ahead.
Yo, what's up, man? This be your boy DJ Show from Planet Radio.
Yo.
Yeah, my bad. I had to cough, man. Kush cough. You know, Kush is my cologne. But anyway, every day.
Smoking with Dro Boys.
Yo, what up? But this be your boy DJ Show from Plan A Radio. You know what it is. Plan A, fuck a Plan B. You know what it is, man. The best indie artist radio station in the world. Make sure y'all hit us up. Make sure y'all submit your music to planaradiostation.com. Make sure y'all follow us on Plan A Radio on Instagram. And follow me at The Real DJ Show. If y'all need any Instagram management, promotion, or anything like that, make sure you DM one of us, man.
I mean, this is Plan A is the only place you can actually come through as an artist. You can come through and be you.
Right.
So you feel me? Like that's the only place you can do that. You feel me? You can go outside, smoke with us, chill out. You feel me? Vibe out. Have a little couple of drinks. Have a little pizza or whatever. You feel me? Just come through.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Vibe out, nigga.
I put the stamp on that.
Come through and be.
I put the stamp on that. That's very true.
Hell yeah, most definitely. But yeah, man, we're about to go ahead and get out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Catch us next Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's DJ Show. Oh yeah, one more thing before we get out of here, man. We got We the Gang by Skady right now, man. It's
Gang.
You already know. But we're about to go ahead and premiere it while we walk up out this bitch.
Shit speaking some truth.
And that was a dope ass show.
That was a dope ass
We be having some dope ass shows.
And it is natural, man.
Natural as fuck.
Yeah, that is natural.
You staying in Hollywood?
Yeah, Hollywood. Okay.
Let's go get into it.
Cool.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They got some open mics, I think, in Hollywood, bro.
I need a flick though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need a couple of them. Let me see your phone. Shit. Yeah, just keep taking them. Damn, shit. Fucked up. Hold up. Right. All right, go ahead. Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Egypt Ali live on WNJC 3060 AM. And you're now tuned in to the refill. What's happening, Koof?
So yeah, that one, yeah, like for me, bro, like what happened when you come out here, I don't feel this shit like, yo, man, you the only thing. Me, I'm like, yo, call me, what we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't got no shit, I got my daughter this Saturday, so that's how we do it, man. Even if we go to the studio, we might get a track with you, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, like, all shit all worked out, man. I'm glad you got to see it, man, because all that bullshit, some bodies came out of it, right? He told me, like, you know, far, like, no! Like, I didn't gotta come out here. Out here, you be like, yo, Show said you was cool, that's my people. You can start building networks within our network.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's I'm not
that too,
yeah, so that's what I'm like, yo, man, we probably come out here and just meet me. Because if you do that, it's like,
There's no point, right?
there really no point. But if you build a family without in this state, you like, oh shit, I met, you know what I'm saying?
Then you gonna keep on building somebody, keep going, keep going.
Exactly. You gonna have like 10 niggas, you know, next time you out here. And then next time you multiply, you like, yeah. Next time you be like, hey, show, I'm out here, my nigga. I've been in here 5 days chilling this shit. Where you at?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, but definitely let me know that Saturday shit too, man. The weed thing.
yeah. Show that what's Saturday? Huh? No, man, the one, yeah, hell yeah, bro. If you went to the one, what is it called? The Saturday in